Welcome to Carlson and Chill. My name is Courtney.
And I'm Andrew.
And we're going to talk about some fun things today.
We sure are. What are we going to talk about?
Mexico.
Hey, guys, do you remember in the last episode, the one that we recorded on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
And remember what I said? We had our date where we went to Goose Pond, and then we ate burritos and forgot our burritos, and that whole mess. You all know.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about that. So another thing that we have also done since then, that was right after we got back from Mexico, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we definitely talked about Mexico, didn't we?
Yep, sure did.
We definitely didn't talk about Mexico.
Yeah, I guess there was so much that happened that we just totally brain farted.
We've definitely talked about Mexico with our friends, but we didn't talk about it on the podcast.
Yep.
So afterwards, I told Courtney, we did not talk about Mexico on the podcast because our Taco Bell rage date was before we left.
I was like, no way, are you sure? And he's like, yep. So we just skipped over a whole month of things.
Yeah, and that's our bad. So
sorry.
If you were thinking they didn't talk about Mexico, don't worry. We're going to do that now.
And if you're wondering if we went on vacation to Mexico, we did not.
No, we didn't. We went on a missions trip to Mexico.
Yeah, it was super fun. And this was my first one, which was exciting.
It was Courtney's first time out of the country.
No, not the first time out of the country.
I'm just kidding.
Every time he says that.
I'm just kidding.
Which, I mean, to be fair, the only other place I've been is the Bahamas, which is still technically out of the country.
Okay, technically. But yeah, we went on a missions trip to Mexico with our church. And it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, it was great. I'm pretty sure I said on the podcast one time we were doing this that I was baking bread to raise funds. And hey, guys, guess what? We raised the funds.
We did.
Yay!
So thank you if you helped donate towards us going on this trip. We really appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, we couldn't have done it without people who volunteered to help us.
Let's start from the beginning, and that is our flying to Mexico. So here's how the trip goes down.
We woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Way too early.
No, I don't think it was 2, but I think it might have been like 3. But yeah, we woke up, packed what we needed to get the rest of our stuff packed, like our toothbrush and stuff, and we got on the bus.
And there are definitely quite a few things that we left behind that, looking back in hindsight, we definitely should have taken.
Yeah, since this was our first time, we weren't really sure, like, what to pack, how much to pack. Like, we kind of knew what we were doing, but we weren't sure of the, like, exact work we were doing. But it's okay. I think it still worked out.
Yeah.
You know, you rewear some things, you might be a little stinky. It's okay. Everyone's a little stinky. It's hot in Mexico.
We went to the church, and everyone met up, and we prayed together. Mm-hmm. And then we drove an hour south, where we were able to wait for our plane, get on the plane, and fly down. We flew over to
Illinois.
Yeah, we flew over to Chicago.
Then we flew to Texas.
Yes. And normally we're able to just fly straight there or have a much better route than we did because it took a little bit longer than normal. We fly to Texas, and then from Texas we drive all the way across the border.
Yeah, I think it was about 2.5 hours, 3 maybe. But yeah, we drove across the border, which that was interesting. I was a little nervous because I didn't know what to expect, but...
We have to back up a little bit though.
Okay.
Because right before we landed in Texas, my sinuses decided to completely plug up my head, and I started feeling some of the worst pressure on my brain that I've felt in probably forever.
Yeah, poor Andrew. He was sick, like 2 weeks before we left, and then I started feeling a little sick, and then he started feeling a little sick, and then his sinuses just went crazy, and poor guy wasn't feeling well.
So for a good chunk of the next 2 days, I just couldn't hear anything.
Andrew was drugged up. We got him all the medicines from Walmart.
Yeah, and I felt really bad, and I just couldn't really hear anyone, and it definitely did not make me smile. It was very painful.
Yeah, but luckily those first few days were restful.
Our least busiest.
So it was a great time to not feel the best because you at least got to rest a little bit.
The first things that we did when we got there was we got situated, and we had our orientation.
Yeah, we got there late, right? It was dark when we got there.
It's probably 7.
Yeah. we arrived, we had our orientation, we did sign-ups for things throughout the week that we could help with.
And what did we end up signing up for?
Okay, so we did, first and foremost, we did English classes with little kids. We helped them with like their colors and their numbers, and we did like shapes and all the like adverbs and things like that. So that was super fun, and we had a blast with them. We got to play games and all kinds of things. And then we got to go to a church, and we helped build walls.
Yes, we did a church city project.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then we went to a hospital. We made food at where we were staying, and then we brought food and coffee and water with us to the hospital.
The hospital ministry.
Yep. And then we did the Pinewood Derby.
We did do the Pinewood Derby.
Which was super fun. And then it was really cool that they did this, but we also had a day called Cultural Immersion, where we got to learn a little bit more about where we were staying in Mexico in the city, and we got to go into the city, into the downtown area, and we walked in a museum and learned some stuff, and we walked through the markets, and it was a really great day.
Yeah, it was.
And that was our anniversary.
That was our anniversary.
Super fun.
So we got to celebrate our anniversary together over in Mexico.
3 years down, forever to go.
Where were we at in Mexico? What was the name of the city?
I can't say it right. Can you say it?
Piedras Negras.
I'm always scared I'm going to say something bad.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, Piedras Negras is a town in Mexico that is right on the border, and it is known as the second safest city in all of Mexico.
You know what else it's known for?
What else is it known for?
The nacho.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. The nacho.
Like the nacho chip, or?
Yeah.
So after we had our orientation, the next day was Sunday, and we had a bilingual church service.
Mm-hmm. That was super neat.
And we had an English preacher being translated into Spanish, and it was really cool to worship together with all of the people there.
Yeah, that was my favorite part. We sang a song in Spanish, and then we sang one in... Did we sing one in just English?
We went between the two.
Yeah, and then at one point we were singing together, and they had the lyrics for Spanish and for English on the screens, and it was just so cool, and it was just, that little glimpse of what heaven will be like.
Yeah.
But, it was so good. It was so good. It was definitely refreshing for the soul after a long day of travel and not feeling well and getting used to your new surroundings, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and then after that, Courtney went to a baby shower, and I pretty much just got the rest of the day to rest my head because it was still in recovery.
Yeah. I forget his official title, but he is one of the, I think, directors, right?
Yes.
There. And his wife and him were expecting their first baby, so they had a baby shower for her while we were down there, and all the women were invited to it. And it was so cute, and the theme was a little cuties on the way.
But men had to stay away.
Yeah, no,
they
men
were
allowed.
not invited.
And we ate sloppy joes.
Ew.
They were good.
Sloppy Joes, we need to come up with a new name for it. Can't we just call them
Joes?
Like Dirty Joes?
Ew, that's worse.
I'm just kidding.
What's the opposite of sloppy? Clean? Clean Joe?
All right.
It's not a clean Joe.
Unforeseen Joe.
I don't like that. That sounds like
No, I was making a joke because of the David Crowder song where he sings Sloppy Wet Kiss, but the church changed it to Unforeseen Kiss.
Oh.
That was my joke.
That was good.
We need to talk about the food.
Oh, I miss it.
We were able to partake in some delicious, authentic Mexican dishes. And oh my goodness, all of these local Mexican restaurants will no longer satisfy.
No, I was never a fan of Mexican food. I was just like, I don't like it. But after being in Mexico, I love Mexican food. And now it's ruined for me forever because I can't get it here.
No.
Because it's not authentic.
So what were some of the highlights dishes-wise?
Oh, my favorite were the green Swiss cheese enchiladas.
Yes, hands down. Those were so good.
I could eat 50 of them, no lie, in one sitting. I probably could. And then we also had tamales. Those were really good.
Yes.
They have this thing that is everyone's favorite, but I don't know. It wasn't my favorite, but that's okay. It was called green spaghetti.
We did have green spaghetti.
And it's spaghetti noodles with some kind of green chili sauce, I'm guessing. It wasn't spicy.
No. It was more like avocado-y flavored.
Yeah. maybe avocado and cilantro. But yeah, that was good. And then we also had a Mexican dish with steak and vegetables. It was really good.
Yeah, we can't remember the name.
And then we had tacos one night, but real tacos.
What is a real taco?
It's a little baby corn or flour tortilla with, well, we made them all kinds of different ways while we were down there, but the ones we had just had, I think, shredded steak in them. And then you got to add like avocado and pico de gallo if you wanted it, and salsa. And they always served a really, really, really spicy green sauce on the side with everything.
Yes.
And it was spicy. Like, I got a drop on my food and I couldn't feel my tongue.
Yes. We were told to avoid the green sauce.
Yeah.
There was notorious, sinister folk there who would be little tricksters and trick you into eating the green sauce, saying, "Oh, it's not spicy, it's good."
Yeah. And then you couldn't feel your face.
And then you can't feel your face.
But yeah, the food was so good. It was so good.
And then we made tacos for the hospital visit day.
Yeah.
And we made some with potatoes, some with eggs, and some with refried beans.
Yeah, so they called them tacos and taquitos. So I don't know if it's like they're different or like interchangeable. But yeah, they were just the little baby tortillas, and like Andrew said, one had potatoes and eggs in it. One had chorizo. One had chorizo and eggs in it, and then one was beans and chorizo. Yeah. Refried beans. I don't like refried beans either, but those ones were good.
Yeah. I think it was because it was like red, and it was mixed with the chorizo
and they were
flavor.
blended, and I don't know, like, they were just good.
They were.
They were good cooks down there.
So we also had the opportunity to eat at a restaurant, like, a Mexican restaurant in Mexico, who would have thunk? But we went to a restaurant to eat, and I ordered a giant stuffed chili pepper.
Ugh.
And that was by far my favorite meal.
And that one was fried. It was deep fried with cheese.
With meat and cheese.
Oh, that one was good.
It was really good.
And then we actually went back and we got stuffed peppers again, but those ones weren't fried. They were still good.
It was still good.
But, those stuffed ancho chilies.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. If you're ever in Mexico, get one of those because they're so good.
It was so huge. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a pepper this big.
Mm-mm. I tried to grow some in my garden, but none of them grew.
Aw.
I think it was too cold when I planted them.
For our city project day, where did we end up going that day?
I don't remember the name of the town we were in.
You don't have to worry about it.
Okay. It was very dusty. We were in the middle of the desert, and we went to a church that was just, they had just bought a piece of land, and they had basically the outside structure done on a temporary church that they were going to use until they paid off their land, and then they were going to start building their real church so they weren't going into massive amounts of debt, which is smart on them. But like, kudos to these people because it was bare minimum. Like, there was no insulation. We just put plywood on the walls, and Andrew got to help a lot with that. I went around and I helped clean up litter off the premises.
Yeah. So we had some people cutting wood. We had some people get up on
Scaffolding.
I was like, I don't even remember the name of that. But yeah, getting up on scaffolding and basically just, taking a particle board and putting it on the walls.
Using saws to cut out windows.
And what it was for was to help insulate the church for the winter time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there really wasn't a whole lot there in terms of insulation, but we were able to get most of the walls done. We got 3 of them done before we left for the day.
Yeah.
And that was another nice thing is we started fairly early and we were done by like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
1 or 2 o'clock.
I will say I did get to take a nap every day, which was much needed because we worked hard. That was my favorite day by far just because, like, I don't know, like, using your hands, getting in there, knowing you're building this church for God's people, like, it was just so good. I wish I could have been there to see the end. We were there the very first day, so we helped put up the walls. But by the end of the week, they had the walls up, they had them painted, they were building cement for their bathrooms outside.
Yeah.
Like,
and everyone who came on subsequent days worked on a different part of putting that church together.
They built a fence. Like, there was a lot that happened that week for that church. And the pastor and the couple of the people in the congregation who were there, people just showed up to help, which was amazing. And the pastor was there the whole time, and they were so grateful.
Yeah,
and so kind.
And we brought a lunch, but they ended up bringing food and sharing it with us, which, hands down was way better.
Yeah.
Because it was some more tacos.
Yeah, and it's so funny. So the pastor's wife made us tacos, and we brought a whole cooler packed with sandwiches, and we ate the tacos, and
We swapped our lunches.
yeah, and the native people there ate our sandwiches because they're like, we don't get this all the time, and it was just funny because it was like
Authentic American food.
Yeah, you don't eat a sandwich. Like, it was funny, but we had a good time with them. And even though there was a language barrier, like everyone had a smile, everyone was laughing. Like it was hard work, but it was good work.
Yeah. And you had a little lizard scare.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I think they called it
It was almost like a frog, right?
yeah, they called it like a devil horned toad or something.
The enemy can attack
What's
in
it
all
called?
certain ways.
And then it went into the church wall, so poor guy's probably dead now.
So the enemy is hidden within our very walls.
But he was scary. If you guys like look that up, I don't know what it's actually called, but it blended in with the sand, and we went to go pick up a piece of trash. I was with some of the other girls, and we had a translator with us, and I went to go pick it up, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I told her, and she went running after it, and she caught it. But that was a fun little intermission. I wish I would have gotten a picture, but it was so fast I couldn't get one.
It was fast. It was scary.
Yeah, all the things. And now it's in the church walls. So sorry, guys, if you're in that church and a lizard pops out.
Yeah. Shout out to Andrew. He was a really great guy to work with.
There was another Pastor Andrew there.
Yeah, there was several Pastor Andrews.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, it was crazy. Just like, oh, I'm Andrew. No, you're Andrew. I'm Andrew too.
But they were all cool. And we got to meet some new people, and I bunked with some other ladies, and we got to make some really good friends. I liked going out and doing different things off the campus because that's when we really got to like talk and meet with other people because, you know, the car rides and getting to serve with them and do ministry with them. It was really cool.
And some people we got to work with on several days, and that was really fun too.
Oh my gosh, I feel like we worked with the same people every day, which I was like, how did this happen?
Yeah, because the signups were also randomized. It was like the days were going around different tables, and we had to figure out what we were signing up for and when we were able to do it. And we wanted to try and spread out as much as possible. And we were able to do all the things we wanted to do. And so how we worked it was we wanted to front load the week with the most intensive stuff, and then we gradually went into more chill stuff throughout the week.
Yeah. Yeah. So we ended with the Pinewood Derby, which was super cool.
The next day, we did our hospital ministry, which they said it had been a while since they had been doing it there, but they decided to take a chance and start it back up. And so what we actually ended up doing for that was we drove into the city and we parked in front of a hospital, which that lane road getting in
oh my gosh,
was completely packed with cars.
So, and shout out to Julie, because Brian, our pastor, his wife Julie drove the van and drove it and parked it. Parallel parked on a one-lane street where cars were going both ways.
And cars were parked on both sides.
And I was like...
on a one-lane road.
I would have had... I probably would have died.
You could have put your head out the window and had your eyelashes scrape across the car. It was that close.
Yeah, she was awesome. She did such a good job driving.
So we were able to make our tacos that morning. And then we got a whole canister of coffee. And so we just got our tacos, our coffee, our water...
Andrew helped make gift bags to hand out to people who were in the hospital or relatives.
Yeah. So what we did was a lot of people were going there to take care of their ones in the hospital because...
They don't have nurses like we do here. They have nurses, but family members go to take care of...
Are the designated caregivers.
Yeah, and the nurses are just there for strictly medical things.
I think the hospital ministry was my favorite day because it was so awesome to just... ask people walking by, heading in to, you know, be with their family. And, I mean, if they're going to the hospital, it's usually not for a good reason.
Yeah.
So a lot of them were just having to do this and having someone come out and take the time to talk with them. I was able to talk to so many people, and not knowing Spanish, our translators, which... power to the translators. They did such a fantastic job.
They were amazing.
They were just able to break through that barrier, and we were able to talk with these people, to give them food, to give them gifts for going to take care of their loved ones, and just to pray with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we prayed for so many people, and we invited all of them to the church where we were staying at.
Yeah, it was so cool. And I was kind of telling Andrew this earlier, and I'm not debating anything, but just like those translators there have such a gift, and I would almost call it like a gift of speaking in tongues, because to be able to understand another language, process it, and then translate it into another language for someone else to understand. Like, I couldn't do it. I can't do it. I've tried. I tried to learn Spanish for 4 years and I couldn't do it. And so, just having them there and just, you could feel the spirit there.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool. And it was a little scary at first because this hospital was, set back and it was gated.
It had guards and it was gated.
Yeah, it had guards. It was gated. There were all kinds of people just hanging outside. And it was a little scary at first. I was like, oh, I don't really like this. But once the translators started pulling people in and letting them know what we were there for, and people were excited to have us pray for them, and there were so many needs that needed to be met.
People were very nice and receptive, and very rarely did they ignore you or brush you off.
Yeah, I don't think I had anyone. And anytime I ever asked to pray with someone, they were like, yes, please pray for me.
Yeah. And it was so cool to just be acknowledged and not ignored.
Yeah. Or shoved off, don't talk to me about that. Because, sometimes here you run into people who are like, I don't even want to talk about religion. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not trying to be rude about it. I just
No. And I
want the best for you.
There was a lot of cool people that were in front of the hospital, and there was some moms that we prayed with, and there was some young families that were going in to see their children, their just born children, and so we were able to pray with them that they would be healthy and they would grow. There was one moment where there was a guy who walked up to me, and he just, because most everyone there was talking in Spanish, but there was one guy who came up to me and he looked me straight in the eye and he said, "Who are you?" And I said, or it was "Where are you from?" So I basically said, I'm with the church and we're praying for people and handing out food for them. And then he said, "Why are you here?" It was just really deep voice, just in English. And it was very startling, but I was able to talk with him and pray with him. And it was nice to just not have that language barrier, but it was almost kind of creepy.
Andrew said he turned out to be nice and he thanked him for being there. But Andrew's I was a little scared at first, which I would have been too.
Yeah. It's sometimes you have those moments of why am I here and why am I doing this? And that doesn't have to be on a missions trip. That can just be at the churches where we serve, where it's, why am I here? What am I doing?
And you can have that little deep voice in the back of your mind every time.
Yeah, have that deep voice in the back of your head sneak up on you, make you go, "Oh,
that's the Holy Spirit."
That's the Holy Spirit for you.
Whoa.
We had a really great day at the hospital.
Yeah, and then we came back and we took a nap. We cleaned up and we took a nap.
Cleaned up, took a nap.
So
take that, rewind it back.
Oh gosh, nope, not here. A lot of our church members that we went with, they've all gone multiple times, and they stayed back on the campus we were staying at, and they were building a new building there. So a lot of them helped with that, and they were staying there. And so it was kind of weird at first, not being with anyone and not knowing anyone, and just kind of be like, "Oh, hey guys, we're going to join you." And it was awkward, but by the end of the week, you just got to know everyone, and it was super fun. And I don't know, it was good. It was kind of a stretching moment, because I think I'm so introverted, and at times I'm I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to do anything. I'm scared. So I know for me, it was a good stretching moment of, okay, we're all here for one purpose, and it's for God.
And that's the thing that helps break those walls is we're all here united for a purpose. And our goal is to grow the kingdom.
Yep.
And so when you all have that same goal, it makes working together so much easier.
Yeah.
And when you know that the Holy Spirit is with you, you're empowered through the Holy Spirit to do those things that you don't normally do. And that's what's so great about him.
Holy Spirit, you are welcomed here. Your turn, Andrew.
Come flood the...
That was beautiful.
I was make it sound terrible.
Okay, next, Wednesday. Happy anniversary.
Jinx.
Hey.
You can't talk for the rest of the podcast. I'll have to do it all by myself.
Oh. All right, there you go.
All right. See you, Courtney. Anyway.
Bye.
So Cultural Immersion Day.
I'm gone.
I know.
Yeah, this was the day we had cultural immersion. So we went to a little class before we headed out to town, and we did a little dance.
We got to learn line dancing.
Yeah, to Achy Breaky Heart.
Turns out Billy Ray Cyrus was extremely popular down there.
So she said apparently like every town or city has their own like American version song of line dancing. I almost said break dancing. I'm like, no, not break dancing. No. Of line dancing. It's really interesting. So Piedras Negras was Achy Breaky Heart. And it was awesome.
Yeah, and wasn't it like each of them had like their own national genre in terms of like their
I think
city
so.
anthem?
Yeah. It was really cool. But yeah, that's where we got to learn all about them being the home of the nacho, and we line dance, and we learned some common phrases and words in Spanish. And then we headed out to the town.
And we went to the marketplace first. Or no, we went to the museum first. Mm-hmm. And we got to learn about the history of Piedras Negras.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And they had a bunch of antique, I was going to say ancient art fartifacts.
Fartifacts.
I was going to say ancient. I have to stop there.
I like fartifacts.
So is that what I call the episode, Mexican Fartifacts?
Yes, please.
No.
That's good. I like that one.
No, that seems insensitive.
No, you have to.
Okay.
Just say mission trip fartifacts.
We will pray about it. So we went around the museum and were able to see the history of how the town got established. Mm-hmm. And we didn't get a whole lot of nacho history there, but we got history of the different factories that were put there.
Ooh, I learned one. So towards the end, there was a map. And it's interesting because she was telling us that here in the United States, we call the river the Rio Grande. And she's like, a lot of people think that like it's big, it's majestic, and so that's why they call it the Rio Grande. Well, in Mexico, they actually call it the Rio Bravo because they see it as like this big, powerful, strong river that's like symbolic. And like, I just thought it was so weird. I'm like, we call it a different thing? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. So it's not a very big river, but it is a very grand river.
It's big. It's just, it wasn't super wide. I think it was like, the width of it wasn't as big as I was expecting it to be. But it ran pretty far.
It did. We went to a church, like a really old Catholic church. And that was beautiful too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and you weren't supposed to take pictures, and I accidentally took a picture. And then Andrew's like, Courtney, it says no phones. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I felt bad.
You need to go to confessional.
So I have a picture if you guys want to see it. Don't tell the cops. Yeah, that church was beautiful. We got to see all the different like stained glass windows and candles and chandelier. Like there was marble. Like it was beautiful.
There's something about churches, old churches like that, where you really understand the reverence of the architecture and like the sacredness of worship.
Yeah. And it was cool because it's open every day, so people can just walk in and pray. And there were a few people praying when we were there, but that was really, really neat.
Yeah, and it was the first church of Piedras Negras.
Mm-hmm. Yep, right in the like heart of downtown.
And then after the church, that's when we went to the market.
That's when we got our market on.
So we were able to go around to these different stores, and we didn't end up buying anything. A lot of them seemed to have the same stuff.
Yeah. It was kind of like a flea market. I would say like where we were in Florida, like going to a flea market. You know, a lot of like tchotchkes and knickknacks and...
Knickknacks and paddywhacks and doggy bones.
Yep. Things you don't really need, but you're like, hey, I brought you this back from Mexico.
I was tempted to buy a poncho or a big sombrero.
Or a little guitar.
I almost bought a guitar because on most missions trips, I buy some sort of musical instrument. After just looking at them, it's just like, do I really need this? Mm-hmm. It just didn't really feel like it was necessary anymore because most of all the stuff I buy on missions trip just sits on a shelf anyway.
Yeah, I was kind of sad because we didn't get a magnet.
I wasn't able to find a magnet that I wanted.
We get a magnet everywhere we go. I know, but we should have just got one still to add it to our magnet collection on our fridge of places we've been.
the one I was searching for in my heart just didn't make its appearance known to me. And I was hoping that it would turn up and that it would just reveal itself to me, but it didn't happen.
And then we never got one.
And then I never got one.
And I was disappointed. And then we went to a Mexican-French coffee shop.
We did. It was like a little bakery coffee shop.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. It was all pink and florally, and the lady spoke Spanish, French, and English.
Really good, too.
Yeah, and she said she grew up there in Mexico, and then she went to France to get her, like, culinary baking degree, whatever she got, and then she brought all of her skills back to Mexico because she wanted to bring it back to the place where she grew up. And so she had beautiful desserts and macarons and all kinds of things.
Yeah, we ended up getting a macaron and a giant, was it like a...
It was a pistachio, some kind of pistachio roll.
Yes.
Like cookie roll. It was delicious.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah. And that macaron was really good, too.
It had like pistachio green icing, and it was just so good. If that was in my green spaghetti, I would have gobbled it all up.
Yeah, and they were beautiful. They didn't just taste good, they looked really good.
Yes, they did. They looked so
the
fancy.
Packaging, everything. And she was so kind, and we told her that it was our anniversary, and she gave us a little candle to put in our dessert.
Yeah.
Which melted because it was so hot in the car.
It was so hot in the van that it melted.
So that was funny. So we got to do that with everyone. A lot of people went to the coffee shop and got some things. And then after that, we went to
Candy store.
a candy store, and it was like a place where you could buy bulk candy.
That's all it was candy.
And you could get any kind of Mexican candy your heart desired.
And they were selling bags of like cheese puffs that were the size of a large human child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was someone coming out of the store with like 2 of these giant bags, and he was holding them, and the bags were bigger than he was, like taller than he was.
They were massive. And it's like, oh my goodness, that has to be for like a party, because who would go through... If they had those portion sizes here in the States, people would judge us.
Yeah, it was crazy. And one of the translators, the girl who kind of headed up the trip, she was there, and we told her about it. And she said a lot of people buy those for like weddings and stuff to like put out on tables. So she said it was most likely for a wedding or a party.
Why didn't we have cheese puffs at our wedding?
Oh,
we made mistakes, guys.
Mistakes were made. We didn't even get to eat at our wedding.
No, but if we would have had cheese puffs, that would have changed.
We just said, hold up, don't talk to me.
Can you imagine just eating a bunch of Cheetos and then just like wiping your hand on your dress?
Oh my,
just having a giant Cheeto stain across your dress.
Makes you like want to throw up.
Just like having that cheese powder all over your lips and be like, I love you, baby. So what did we end up getting at the candy store?
We got...
I found a giant bag of Blue Shark gummies.
Yeah, we got a giant bag of blue gummy sharks, which Andrew has not been able to enjoy yet.
No.
I got a big bag of... It's kind of like... It reminds me of an Andy's Mint, but they're like sixlets, like how we have here. But they're these little balls with chocolate on the inside, and then it has a hard candy coating. And it was mint chocolate.
A hard minty coating.
Oh, it was so good. I shared some of those with our youth group and with some other people on our trip. I did slowly finish my bag, but I'm still losing weight and I ate my candy, so I'm happy.
Was there any like coconut candy that we got?
Yeah, we got a coconut bar that had the Mexican flag colors.
Yeah.
Which was really good.
We were also asking our translator what her favorite candy was, and there was some like little pudding cups that she said she always really enjoyed.
Yeah, she said she always got those when she was little. But yeah, that was definitely an experience. And oh man, trying to figure out pesos to American dollars, and you got to make sure you tip a lot to places you go, because she was telling us those people in the store actually didn't get paid. They only make what you tip them, which was crazy.
Yikes.
So... It's like you always got to be conscious of where you go and what you're spending and how you tip.
Count your blessing. If you're working at retail or in restaurants.
We ate out twice. We got smoothies. We went to the candy store. We went to that shop, and we only brought $100 cash with us, and we didn't spend the whole thing.
No, we didn't.
So I was like, oh, this is not going to be enough, like, once we were halfway through our trip. But actually, we had cash left over still. And I didn't know this, but you have to pay $5 to get back over the border to the United States.
Yeah.
So make sure you bring cash with you.
We didn't even talk about crossing the border, which, in all honesty, crossing the border was not that big of a deal. It went by really quick. If you go out the wrong time of day, though, it can take a very long time. But the process of going through insecurity and stuff wasn't really that bad.
Yeah.
But we would often pick up stuff at the Walmart near the border and then drive it across. And that, they checked on that a lot. And
then they would make you pay taxes on it.
yeah, you would get taxed for things that you brought in, like hot dogs and buns, guys.
They made us pay $30, and we only had like 3 bags of groceries in our car.
Yeah, they did the same for us, and we had a lot of
Yeah.
bags of groceries.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we were in different vans. I forgot.
We were in different vans.
Poor Andrew, he was feeling so bad. They had extra room in another van, so he laid down in that van. Yeah, in my van, we literally only had 3 bags of groceries, like nothing much, and they made us pay $30 in taxes. I was like, there's nothing even in here.
And that's messed up.
That was more than what we have in our bags. But
So after our cultural immersion, we did go to the Mexican restaurant, and we had that delicious food.
and they have a hibiscus tea drink there. Oh, it's so good.
That was a really good drink.
It was so good. I wish we had. They have a different name for it, but it was good. It was hibiscus. Anyways, I had to mention that because it was delicious.
Yeah. First day, I did not get that, and then I felt bad and got it the second day.
Yeah, he tasted mine. He's like, "Ooh, I actually really like that."
Because if you mention tea to me, I'm like, no thanks. But then I taste it and I like it, and I don't taste tea, I like it.
Yep, it was very sugary. It was good.
So later on in the evening of that cultural immersion day, we had the opportunity to go to someone's house in the neighborhood and pray for them.
We didn't get to go that night. We went the next day. But usually we do get to go that night, but something was going on.
There was a change of
Or
plans.
there were too many people or something like that.
I was too busy serenading my wife.
Oh my goodness.
So I got set up. Guys.
Me too.
What ended up happening was our friends were able to purchase a lovely bouquet of flowers, and they were able to find a guitar player, and they're like, "Hey, Andrew, you should sing this song for your beautiful wife." And I said, "Okay." So we went, and I got the bouquet and the guitarist. He was getting the song ready, and then I went up to Courtney at dinner that night, and I was able to sing to her a beautiful song.
Oh my gosh.
Only You.
It was so embarrassing.
It was absolutely romantic.
It was sweet. It was sweet. And everyone who put it together was so thoughtful. But it was embarrassing. And Andrew, like, I stood up and Andrew was like, "Dance with me." I said, "No, everyone's watching." And he said, "Please."
I was like, "Please do this."
I gave him like 3 sways and then I stopped.
I gave her $3 and she was sold.
But it was very sweet. The bouquet was very pretty, and it was very thoughtful of all of our friends. They made tres leches. Oh my gosh, I can't talk.
Tres leches.
Cupcakes for us, which were very good. They bought the flower bouquet, and apparently this guy who serenaded us, he did it to a couple other couples too.
Yeah.
Brian and Julie, they did it for their anniversary one year.
Turns out a lot of people have anniversaries the same day that we have anniversaries.
In our church, everyone has their anniversary like the same week of October.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And then there was another couple that he serenaded. So it was cute. It was fun that we got to be part of that tradition.
Yeah.
Even though it was embarrassing. It's not my cup of tea, but it was very cute.
Yeah, it's not something I would normally plan, but it's nice that we were able to get together and celebrate.
Yeah. Love.
I love love.
I love love.
Hey guys, thanks for taking the time to listen to our podcast.
Muchas gracias.
Be sure to give us a like and follow us on your favorite streaming platform.
Yeah, you can follow us anywhere or listen to us anywhere that you can listen to things like
Spotify.
And YouTube.
And Pandora.
And RSS.com.
And iHeartRadio.
And anything else that we missed that you listen to.
And guys, if you haven't found this out yet, I don't know if we mentioned this, but our uploads on Spotify Spotify automatically makes chapters out of our podcasts and transcribes the entire thing, word for word, what we say on the screen.
Yeah, so follow us on Spotify and check it out, because if you go through that list and you see like, oh, that sounds interesting, you can jump right to where we talk about that and it'll automatically start it there.
And you can see what we say. And that's super cool. Yeah. It's all automatic.
Yeah.
Thanks, AI.
Thanks, AI. Using it for the good.
Using it for good. And be sure to comment on the episode, because I actually scrolled through our past episodes and saw some people commenting on them. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I didn't even know that you could comment on Spotify.
I love that. So
we are not sponsored by Spotify.
No, we're not, but we love Spotify. Thanks, Spotify. Anyways, we just want to give you guys a big shout out and say thank you so much for listening to us and being here with us. We appreciate it so, so much.
Back to the podcast.
Back to the podcast.
So our last day, or rather our last day of serving, is when we had our Pinewood Derby.
Yeah, Pinewood Derby!
And this was also a new thing that they introduced, and it's the same Pinewood Derby that we host at our church.
The same Pinewood Derby!
And the same person who leads that drove it all the way down to Mexico.
She drove it to Mexico! All right, I'll stop now. She is so sweet and funny and just cute. I want to be your best friend.
Shout out to Sarah.
Sarah, I love you.
You rule.
Come back.
Honestly, I know I said I loved the hospital ministry, but the Pinewood Derby was also my favorite.
Oh my gosh, Andrew had so much fun keeping scores.
I was scorekeeper / the person working the whiteboard to make sure that all of the participants were placed in the right order.
He was doing the bracket.
And I was also announcing, and I did announcing in English and in Spanish, and that was really fun.
Yeah, the translator who went with us that day, she came over to me while the kids were racing their cars, and she said, "Listen to your man and his Spanish. Aren't you so proud of him?" She was so cute. I said, "I am. He's adorable."
Yeah, so we went to a really big school. It was split up into 3 different grades because the school was so big. We had 4th graders, 5th graders, and 6th graders, but only the boys.
Yeah.
If it would have been boys and girls, it would have been so much.
We would have been there all day. And ran out of supplies.
We would have run out of derby cars.
But yeah, they were so cute and they had so much fun. And it was funny. They were cheering their friends on and screaming. And if you guys don't know this, all the memes and stuff over here are also in Mexico.
Oh my goodness. They would not stop saying 6-7.
Every time. 6-7 for everything. And Andrew was just egging them on with it.
I was. I would point at the board and point at 6 and be like, it's 6? And then point at 7 and say, ¿Qué es? And be like, ¿Es 7? 6, 7, 6, 7.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, they said it in English, so I mean, I guess it just goes with the meme.
But it was a lot of fun. I got to help put wheels on the cars, which was fun.
And your hands were covered in graphite.
They were. It was messy, but it was super fun.
So we were able to have each of those classes race their cars, and it was so much fun just seeing those faces light up with excitement, and they were able to keep their cars, which was super cool. I would like that would be so crazy awesome just to make a car and keep it.
And all the kids got a goodie bag just for participating, which had like some cool pencils and erasers and some treats in there, and it was really neat.
It was awesome. And then after we were done with the Pinewood Derby, we went to the same Mexican restaurant that we did the day before.
And that's when we had stuffed chilies
So we're
again.
like, we're definitely getting more stuffed chilies, yo. It was so delicious.
Oh my gosh. I wish we could go back there.
And then after that day, we wrapped everything up and we made our way back. And it was a long day getting home, but at the end of it all, we can look back and see what we were able to accomplish and just seeing God move throughout the week and definitely wanting to go back.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely go back. It was a good introduction to a mission trip, I think. And I wouldn't say it was cushy because, you know, you're uncomfortable when you're not home. But it was very much like way more than I would have expected. So we all had our own beds, and I could take a shower and take a nap every day, and we had good food.
But you can't flush the toilet paper.
And it's hard to find toilet paper when you go out in public. And you have to pay for the bathroom.
Yeah, there were some places where you had to pay to
And some places didn't
potty.
have soap either. It was really difficult to get used to. But It was super great, and I would go back again.
Yeah.
I would go back again.
So all in all, that's pretty much a majority of how our missions trip to Mexico went, and we had a great time.
Yeah, it was great. What was your most favorite thing we did while we were in Mexico?
That's really hard to say. Like I said, the hospital ministry was definitely the highlight ministry-wise.
Yeah.
And the Pinewood Derby was just fun because just got to hang out with kids all day and race
Yeah.
cars, and there's nothing better than that.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, ministry-wise, it was definitely the church day. And even though I didn't help with the walls a lot, like, I don't know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being there and out of the city. But then I think I also enjoyed just, like, the women that I bunked with in my room. Julie came in my room because I was with two other women that I haven't met before, and then she was super sweet, and she's like, I'll join you guys. But they were super cool, and it was just cool seeing other people's point of views and how they grew up and their faith and what it looked like. And it was just really cool getting to know them.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that.
And hopefully we'll bump into them again in future missions trips.
Yeah, that'd be so great. And they actually went to the church that we went to Spire, our Spire conference at. So that was also cool.
Yeah, and these people are so crazy. They drove the entire way.
Yeah, everyone drove. We can't talk today.
No.
Everyone drove there except for our group, which we still had to drive from Texas, but we flew a majority of the way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy. Man, we went to Mexico.
We did. And we're talking about Mexico when there's snow outside, and that just feels so weird.
It does feel weird. And it's funny because, like, we ate so good in Mexico, and then we came home and we're like, all right, diet time. And I'm like, oh, I miss the Mexican food.
Yeah, that's when we decided to start eating healthier. And it wasn't easy, but at least we ended on a high note.
Yeah. And that ties into Spire, too. Like, we just want to be our best selves, like, ministry-wise, relationshiply-wise.
Relationshiply-wise, of course.
All the things.
So that was our trip to Mexico. So since last week, has there been anything that you've been engaged with that you want to talk about, Courtney?
Engaged? This week we finished putting up all the lights in the park, which has been slightly frustrating because most of them don't work after you hang them up.
That's the worst.
So driving by it, I'm like, let's go drive by them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, half of them that I put up aren't working. That's cool. So we got to troubleshoot some stuff. But that's what I've been mostly doing this week. And it's been cold. Oh,
it did snow.
Putting Christmas lights up in 30-degree weather is definitely a shock to the system when I'm used to putting Christmas lights up in 90-degree weather. That was a little difficult, but I'm getting to do all the country life things. I got to drive a little gator around with the trailer, and that was fun.
It's like an off-road golf cart.
Yeah, got to learn how to back it up. I'm not very good at it still.
Yeah, if you were thinking that Courtney was riding around on an actual alligator,
that'd be great.
That's the thumbnail.
That would be Florida.
That would be Florida. So we already have experience doing that.
I hatched a baby alligator in Florida.
You hashed a baby? Oh, hatched.
Hatched. I didn't hash.
Hashtag baby alligator.
Hashtag. Anyways, so just lights at the park and church stuff and babysitting and still playing Animal Crossing, still loving it. And drinking lots of hot tea.
Yep.
Because it's cold. Oh, and we got all of our Christmas decorations up this week. Our tree is up and our ornaments are up, and I just love it.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Thanks. What about you, Andrew?
Well, last week I went Black Friday shopping.
What? Without me?
I did.
How'd that go?
It was awesome. So one of the things I want to recommend / talk about is called the Analog 3D. And the Analog 3D is basically a Nintendo 64, but updated to run and upscale old games in 4K in super high quality and look really good. Mm-hmm. So I went to Evansville to find some deals on Nintendo 64 games, and I got so many cool finds. But by far, the coolest thing I was able to find was an original Japanese copy of Animal Crossing for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, that was super cool.
Which in America, it came out for GameCube, which was a generation up and on a disc. But seeing it on a cartridge, I was like, I wonder if I get that, if I'll be able to run it on my new system, which is region free. Because on an original Nintendo 64, you can't do that because you can't play different regions on certain systems.
That's crazy.
They're region locked is what it's called. But I was able to put in this Japanese game and play it.
Yeah.
And seeing Animal Crossing play on a Nintendo 64 was so cool. And it's all in Japanese, so I couldn't read any of it. But it was just such a cool feeling of like, man, this rocks.
Yeah, we were putting...
It was like $25.
That's awesome. He was putting his phone up to it to like translate it. And it was so funny just like reading everything and like being able to do that nowadays because he wouldn't have been able to do that when it first came out.
So we were able to play that Animal Crossing. We played Mario Party 2. We have Yoshi's Story. Was able to find a good deal on that.
That's what I played growing up. So I'm super excited for that one.
And then Mario Kart 64. And you can change the graphics settings and it makes everything look so good. And the controllers are wireless. So I'm able to play all these classic games in HD from the comfort of my couch. And it rocks.
It has been pretty cool.
So Analog 3D, if you're able to find it, I know it's might be hard to get your hands on it because it's sold out, but if you are, it is definitely a must buy.
Yeah, the kids played it for a youth group on Sunday and they had a blast.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
The only other thing I have to recommend, I wrote down in my phone.
Ooh, fancy.
My other recommendation, I don't know if I've recommended it on the podcast before, but I recommend the board game Fire Tower.
Yeah.
And Fire Tower is a game where you're basically controlling the wind and trying to get the fire that's burning in the middle of this forest on the board to move to your opponent's fire tower and burn it to the ground.
And Andrew, make the sound you make when your tower's on fire. That's my favorite part of playing the game.
So it's a really fun game, and it's got a really beautiful board. Like,
yeah, the art style is very cool.
Like the box looks cool, the board looks cool, and you get these little fire gems to like signify where the fire is in the forest, and it looks so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a really good game and easy to play.
So if you're able to find the game on sale on Amazon or at Target, pick up a copy because it's a really fun game for 2 players, and you can play it with up to 4. And it's one of those games where enemies will be made, and you will have friend feuds because it's very obvious who you're going for to burn whose tower, and it can cause some schisms in your friend circles.
It's easier when you play with 2 people because you already know you have to beat the other person.
You already know that you need to burn the other person's tower. So, and that's all the recommendations I have.
Sweet.
So coming up, we have our children's Christmas program this Sunday, and then next week we're going to be Christmas caroling.
Yep.
And we're going to have our family Christmas party.
Yep.
And I'm really looking forward to that.
Yep. Me too. And I'm going to try to find a day where the youth group girls can come over and bake, and we can maybe watch a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I don't know when that will be, but...
No, and we are ready for Christmas.
Yeah, we are. We're doing the things. We're so excited.
Hopefully the roads won't get any more icy than they are now.
Hopefully. Yeah, it's been snowy and icy.
Snowing, icy, and cold.
Cold. But I did see next week it's going to be in the 40s. So, and someone told me at the town hall meeting the other day that they looked at the radar for the month and they said it wasn't supposed to be as bad as it was this past week.
Yay!
So, yes!
Yay!
Hey, I love you.
I love you too. All right, well, that's all I got for you guys today. So, Courtney, why don't you leave us off with something meaningful?
Joy to the world, the Lord has come.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. I didn't think of any. I keep forgetting that I do that at the end.
And that's the best part, is it's just on the spot.
I was like, oh, what do I say? 3, 2, 1. Welcome to...
Nope. Let's throw that out.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Welcome to... On top of anywhere else. And they were all good. And I don't like reading fight. I'm getting too excited. Here comes Click Clack. Hey, Click Clack, stop right there. In the name of love.
Swirly cookie?
We could not talk tonight. And then we also got was it fig candy? Something? Like the sugary it was like, oh my gosh, like crystallized almost. Like it had like hard sugar candy on the outside of it. And it was like either a fig or something like that. Anyways, I shared that with people and it was really good. I shared it with everyone in the van.
Hey guys, we want to thank you for listening to the podcast.
I was at Buenos noches. That's not right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I was going to say, gracias. Let's start that over.
Okay. We thank you so much for just being that's redundant.